This is the Introduction to Articles training video. We're just going to talk a little bit about articles, and hopefully you'll understand what they do and how to use them after this. Here I am at the John Collins website, just kind of testing, and I'm also signed in as John Collins. So let's say I've got my articles folder and I want to create a new article. All I need to do is come to where I want to create it. So if I want it, for example, to create something inside of the Pages folder, I would simply right-click on the Pages folder and click Add New Article. Or if I wanted it just to be in the Articles folder, I could right-click there and click Add New Article. Or if I wanted it to be inside of the Home folder, I could right-click there and click Add New Article. Let's go ahead and create something for the home page. Let's say we're going to add a quick message of happy birthday to our grandmother. Okay, and we want that to display on our home page. So just to keep things organized, I'm going to use the Home folder here. I'm going to right-click. I've got my menu, and so I'm going to use the Add New Article button. Okay, when I click that, here is the Add New Article screen, and we're just going to kind of talk down through what all of this means. The first title of thing I have is the name. And the name simply means what it's going to be called in the Site Planner screen. So what is it going to look like when I see it over here? So for example, this article in the background, Welcome, the name of that article is Welcome. And we want this one to, we want to understand what it is. This is simply so you understand what's in that article. So we're going to say this is birthday message for Grandma. Okay? And so that's what we're going to see as soon as I save it. And the title means what the user is going to see. So if you're wondering, what's the difference between a name and a title? A name is what you see on the back end. The title is what the user sees on the front end. So if I go here up to this other, where the home page is being displayed, the title of this article is John's Testimony, okay? And notice it's bold, it's above the text, and that kind of thing. So that's what the title is, whereas the name is shown on the back end, the title is shown on the front end. If you don't want the title to display, so if you don't want that to be there at all, which you may be the case, you just go ahead and leave that blank. But for us, since we want our grandma to really see this, let's go ahead and make this Happy Birthday Grandma. I'm really excited. Okay, author, this just obviously is either who created the article or who wrote the article, and so we're just going to say that John Collins wrote this article. That's not displayed on the front end either, it's just for your memory. Description is just a way for you to either describe what this article was for, or to maybe leave a note to yourself. So for example, I might say this article needs to be edited for spelling. And that way, anybody who opens up this article can see that this article needs to be edited for spelling. Or if I forget later on, I think, oh, you know, did I finish that? I can look here and see. The other thing you can do here is write what you meant for this article to be used for. So I would say, article to wish Grandma a happy birthday. And maybe include what page you want that on for the home page. Okay? So that's what the description is. Status is kind of self-explanatory if you want it to be published or unpublished, and that's kind of just if you're not finished with something, you might want it to be unpublished. I'm just going to leave it unpublished. Commenting is you can either allow it or deny it for certain articles. And just a quick tip, usually if something's on the home page, you don't want it to be able to be commented on because that can get very messy. Lots of comments would make your article, your home page look kind of, you know, crowded. So I would probably am going to deny it, but just to show you some examples, I'm going to click allow, and notice that the commenting settings have appeared now, and I can choose if I want to allow only registered users to comment or all users to comment. I can choose if the comments will be published automatically, or if someone has to manually review each comment and approve or disapprove it, and we'll show you how to do that later. I'm going to leave it on auto. And also the commenting email, if this is set to send email to the owner, if someone comments on this article, an email will automatically be sent to whoever owns this web page telling them that that article was sent, or excuse me, that comment was made. So that person can come on and check and make sure, you know, it follows the commenting policy, there's no swear words or anything like that in it. And so you can either leave that to don't send, where it won't send the email, or send the email to the owner. So those are the options there. I'm going to leave this to deny. And you can see that the next option I have is the tags option. And if I drop this down, this is a list of all the tags that I've ever used on my website. And so I can, for example, if I want to tag this as Jack Wyrtzen, I simply click once on it, and once I close this menu bar, you notice that it's now in the assigned tags area. And let's say I change my mind, I don't want Jack Wyrtzen as a tag, I can just click right there, highlight it, and then click delete, and now it's removed. So what if you don't have the right tag on that drop down? Well, simply type the one you want. So let's say I want to name it after not myself, but after John Collins, okay, and simply press enter, and notice that it was automatically added down here. So we're gonna not call it John Collins, we're gonna call it Happy Birthday as the tag. Okay, there's our tag. I press enter and it appears down below, so that's the tag that I want. Tags are to describe what is in the content of the article, so that's going to remind me. Summary right now is not used very much in the system right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that blank. I would recommend you leaving it blank as well. And the article content is the main content that I want to display. And this little editor here is kind of your text editor. And you notice that a lot of the buttons are similar to Microsoft Word. You've got bold, italics, underline. You can cut and paste things right here. And there's a lot of the same functionality, whether you want numbering, ordered list, or kind of a dotted list or anything like that. And so kind of just take some time and look through these icons and see what they all do, whether you can change the font size, or kind of what the format is, or what font you're using. Okay, and we want a nice big font size, so let's go ahead and make this the biggest size we've got access to. Let's make it 36 point, and just I love you, Grandma, happy birthday. Okay, so that's kind of the content of my article, and this is a really nice editor. You see this little blue button here that will take me into full screen mode. So if I click that once, notice I've got just this article, just the main content, open in the whole screen. So that just gives me a lot of room, for example, to do a lot of work if I've got a big picture or a lot of text that I'm working with. Okay, and again, I can highlight stuff just like I would in Microsoft Word and make it bold, or things like that. So that's your main area, and if I want to get out of full screen mode, I can just click this blue button again. Alright, so now I've done with my article. I'm going to go ahead and click save and close, and that's going to obviously save it and then close it for me, and there it is, birthday message for Grandma. And let's say we want to assign that to our home page. First I'm going to delete that one that is there, so I make some space, and just again click it and drag it over, and then drop it onto the home page. And I'm going to put it in box 1. I'm going to put it as no background and click OK. Alright, and so there it is, birthday message for Grandma on my home page. And let's go ahead and see how that looks now. I'm going to go ahead and click refresh. And there it is, happy birthday, Grandma. I love you, Grandma, happy birthday. So this is your title, the title that we put in there. And this is the main content of our article. And that's how you create and add an article to a web view. Now let's say I want to go back and change what I wrote. Okay, maybe I misspelled a word. Simply double click it. And there it is, open me right back up. And again, here's all the same information that I've got. So let's say I don't want this comma, I want it as a hyphen, and let's say I don't want the title to display. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that blank and click save and close, and go back to my home page and click refresh. Okay, and now notice this is now a hyphen and the title is gone. So that's just a couple of examples. Take some time and fool around with that and figure out how it works, and that's how articles work.